Alright, welcome on back to Finance with Friddles. Today's topic, we're going to go over the annuity. Now you've probably heard of an annuity before, but you may not understand exactly how this instrument works. In fact, you may have heard a number of individuals speak kind of negatively about the annuity, and in general they do have some pretty good evidence to support their poor opinion of annuities. But we'll get into that guy later. In general, an annuity has two different phases, the first of which is your accumulation phase or your investment phase. Now this can occur instantly with a lump sum payment to an insurance organization. That'd be the organization that sells the annuities. Or you can kind of do it over time where you give the insurance company a number of payments, whether it be over a number of months or years, and then you move into the second phase, which is called the distribution phase or the payout phase. Now in this phase, you receive a payment every single month, not just for a year or 2 years or 5 years or 10 years, but for every year for the remainder of your life. That's a pretty good prospect. You don't have to ever worry about outliving your payments. They'll just continue to come again and again and again, month after month for years until you pass away. Now here's where you need to be extraordinarily careful, because once you lock all your money inside of an annuity, it's in there for good. If you were to compare that investment opportunity to, say, a Roth IRA or a 401k, those instruments you can pull out once you meet the age requirement as much or as little as you'd like, whenever. But with an annuity, it's only going to be that small little drip month after month. As a practical example, if you find out that you become terminally ill, there's no way you're going to be able to get the rest of your money back. But if you had all your money invested instead in a Roth IRA, traditional IRA, 401k, or a mix of those instruments, you'd be able to pull your money out in full whenever you so desire. Not with the annuity. This can definitely present a conflict of interest because you may not need an annuity, but the individual whose pocketbook will certainly be padded, that's the annuity salesman, will certainly try to sell you one. So these annuity commissions can really add up. For example, if you were to take an individual who decided to commit $500,000 to an annuity salesman, that annuity salesman would make that 7% or $35,000 in the first year.
Excuse me? An extra $35,000? Sign me up. I'll sell these annuities all day.
And herein lies the conflict of interest when it comes to annuities. You have an annuity salesman who works for an insurance company who's trying to make a big commission. Therefore, he's trying to sell you, or me, an annuity. But that may not be what we need. Yeah, they're great, because at the end of the day, you don't ever have to worry about payments ever stopping coming in or running out of money. But it might be a really low rate of return.
So just how low exactly is the rate of return on a fixed indexed annuity? Well, a 5-year study done by Advantage Compendium showed that the average annual return of actual fixed index annuities in the study was just 3.27%. Woo! Pretty stinking low. How low do you say? Well, let's take a look at the most conservative balanced fund that Vanguard has to offer. The Vanguard Life Strategy Conservative Growth Fund, or VSCGX. This is a 40-60 stock bond mix here, and even in the same time period, this guy was able to eke out a 3.47% return. Still better than the fixed index annuity, even during one of the worst, in fact the second worst stock market periods in history.
And then once we realize that all our money's locked up in annuities, there's no way to get it out. Or if there is a way to get it out, you have to pay massively steep fees just to be able to get that money back. Now this is not to say that you should never consider annuities. Just be careful here as you're moving forward, because you need to understand that once your financial capital is placed into these annuity instruments, it's there for good. At the end of the day, you're taking on a much lower rate of return in exchange for a guaranteed payout for the remainder of your life. Just be knowledgeable, and as always, seek a financial advisor.